Welcome to the Math Path, everyone, everywhere. How are you doing? We are going to do some math with Camilla. So Camilla she got to a lesson about even and odd numbers. And this book was trying to explain about even and odd numbers. And from the reports I'm getting, she understands about the pattern, that there's a pattern. Odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. But then if you ask her, well, which is this, odd or even? Then here, let's do it. Okay, so which is this? Look at this one. What is this? What is this one?
Odd.
It's odd. Why is it odd?
Because there's an odd man out.
Because there's an odd man out. That's what they're trying to teach you. But before she was saying...
These two are pounds, but this one is an odd man out.
That's true. So maybe she figured it out. But before you were just telling mommy, well, because 2 is an even, right? So it's all about the pattern. Well, the one before is an even. So she wasn't sure you were understanding. Or what is this one? How about this one? What is this name? Okay, and what is the number? What number is that? It's 5, and it's odd. Okay, what about this one? Is this even or odd?
Odd.
Nope, it's even. So, what about 7 such a pretty flower? Is that even or odd? Who knows, right?
Odd.
You think it's odd? Why is it odd? Because everyone has a partner? Interesting. So, I feel like, one could get to, there's a little bit of lack of understanding that one could get to an understanding there, but it sounds to me like she's just parroting back the words. As is so common in math, you get just these formulas, and if you have a good enough memory, boy oh boy, you can parrot back those formulas on the test, and wow, you're good at math. But do you really understand what you're doing? This is important, if you ask me, to actually understand what's going on. So, we're gonna try a different way because we have to do this anyway. This is going to be about meh. Once again, we're introducing meh with these. Look at this. So we were doing it with this string. You remember that, Camilla?
But we don't have the string.
I'll go get the string. But show me how, fill up these. See how many will fit in these little things. Okay, so how many fit in this one?
2.
Oh, good, exactly. And how many fit in this one?
3.
3. So you're measuring. Now look, this is the string. And so if you're measuring some object, let's say this table, you can go 1, and you can measure it or whatever. Or if you're measuring Annabelle's hand, put your hand out. At the first, you're going like this, right? You measure and get it exactly.
How much this
And so we'll do that. We're gonna do all the first. You're measuring exactly. Then you're measuring with if the thing is bigger, then you measure with flips, and then you measure if the thing is smaller. Then the thing you're measuring with folds, okay? You fold it, and then you can put them together. If the thing you're measuring is bigger, but with an extra that's smaller. And you can have things like 1 and 1/3, all right? And we'll go through all of that with these instead of the string to show you it's the same thing. But then here, it's all about even and odds, okay? So we're just going to talk about this 2. And how this is measuring. So if you have a bunch of grams, all right? If you're you can measure them with this. You can measure them with this. And measuring them with this is what the book is calling even, okay? So if it measures out, if you can measure the globs with the two shoes, with this two meh, okay, then it's even. Then it measures evenly. And if it doesn't, then it doesn't measure evenly, okay? So if you have this, can you measure these globs with this container?
Yeah.
This cookie cutter? You can, huh? And you get one full thing of this cookie cutter, huh? This container fills up and you get one of them. What about this? What about this window pane split in 4? Can you measure that with this? Let's try it. Show me. Okay, show me doing it. Let's try to measure that with this. It's too big. Okay, right. But what do you do if something is too long for the string? Like if I was,
You flip it.
you flip it. You do it more than once, huh? You measure it, then you measure it again, then you measure it again, and you measure it again. And so let's do that same thing with this, okay? So how could you do that with this? Oh, wow, the paint is coming off. Well, the experiments we do. Okay, so let's try to flip it, okay? So if you measure, how could you measure once and then measure again with this? I'll show you. So you first measure this. Look, don't worry about your hand. It's okay. We can wash it. You first measure this. We say, okay, we measured that. Then we measured this. Say, okay, we measured that. And so we have 1, 2, twos. We have 2 twos, right? You see that? And if we had this 6 brick, then we measure it with 2, with this 2 cookie cutter. Then you take, how many are there? How many shoes are there in a brick? 1, 2,
3.
3. 3 shoes in a brick. Whoa. Okay, now, what if we did 7? Let's see how many shoes are in a flower. Can you do it? 2, okay, bring it down here so you keep track of. Okay, thank you. 2, 3, and then, well, but is this a full one?
No.
It's just a half one, huh?
3.
So it'd be 3.5, and because there's this leftover half, we call that number a leftover number with 2's. But to make it short,
It's so sweet.
we can just call it odd. We can call it odd, but we also can call it not evenly measured by 2. So evenly measured would be, fully and completely measured with the measure that you're using. Anyway, so it's low battery. I understand. All right, let's do one sun. That's the easiest one. What if you had one sun and you want to measure it with this 2 cookie cutter, Camilla? What would you do? Can you do it? You take that and, oh, you only need half of your measure, isn't it? Half of it is empty still, right? You're only using half of that 2 cookie cutter.
Because this is the carriage and this is the pulling thing for the horse.
That's where the horse goes to pull the carriage. That makes sense. Okay, that's cool. So you see, it's only half full. If you had 2, look, if we added another one, then it would be full, but it's not. So it has an empty place where another one could go. And so this is not you can't this evenly with the 2, with the full 2. It only fills it up halfway. You only have to use half of your measure, of your meh. And so for short, we call that odd, okay? Just like the book says, there is an odd man out. There's this, it's odd. It's odd just because it's not even. Odd is just the word they use. So what about this, this 3? Is this able to be evenly met by this?
No.
No, you're right. Okay, what about, let's do a really hard one. What about 10?
No.
Well, let's try, why don't you try it? Try it and make sure. Can you met it with the 2? And if you can, it's even. But if there's a half, left over, then it's odd.
And it doesn't matter what shape it is when you see the top.
3, 4, 5.
5, okay, so is it even? Is there a half left over?
No.
Was there a half left over? Nothing left over, huh? And so when there's no leftovers, we call it a...
Even.
That's right. So there we go. That's the lesson. Are you understanding even and odd even better now? Even better
Yeah.
with even and odd. Bye-bye, everybody.